Why is Jerusalem so important? What's going on, people? My name is Zulfikar and welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is part of the series that I'm doing about the end times, and if you haven't seen some of the earlier videos, please do watch them before you watch this one so that you have context about what we're talking about. The videos following this will be adding to what's already been put out, so if you don't watch those videos it's going to be difficult to follow along. And on that note, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and share this videos with your family and friends. So why is Jerusalem so important? Well, it's been important for Jews, Christians and Muslims throughout history for various different reasons. And of course it's caused a lot of violence and a lot of wars over the centuries, especially the crusades. But you might say, well, that was history. Jerusalem was important in history, but how about now? Well, these three religions all have prophecies which are very similar in nature. Jews are awaiting for their Messiah to come and help them re-establish their rule over the world. The Christians believe that their Messiah already came and his name was Jesus, and that he is going to return back on the earth once again towards the end of times. The Muslims also believe that Jesus was the Messiah and that Jesus will once again be returning on this earth as well. Muslim and Christian prophecies are also similar in that they both believe in an Antichrist figure which will appear on earth before the return of Jesus. For Jews, however, the Messiah will not return until the temple is rebuilt. Which temple is that? Well, it's the Temple of Solomon, and King Solomon was the son of King David. And just for the non-Muslim audience, King Solomon and King David were all prophets in Islam. So in Islam, Muslims believe that these were all messengers of God. Jesus, of course, being another messenger of God. The first messenger of God was the first man, Adam. And throughout history there have been many different prophets and messengers of God, and the final of those prophets was Muhammad. May peace and blessings be upon all of them. Just a quick disclaimer: anytime a Muslim mentions a prophet, whether it's Muhammad, Jesus or any of the previous prophets, out of respect they say a small prayer which is putting peace and blessings on all of these prophets. But for the sake of my non-Muslim audience, I won't do that every time I say the name of a prophet, just to make the video flow. However, obviously I will say it in my own mind, and for all the Muslims watching, you can say that in your own mind as well. So where is the Temple of Solomon located? The ruins of the temple are currently buried under the Alaqsa Mosque. The Alaqsa Mosque is a very important place for Muslims. In fact, it's the third holiest place in the world for Muslims after Mecca and Medina. The Alaqsa Mosque is not to be confused with the Dome of the Rock. So the Dome of the Rock is the building with the golden dome. Now a lot of people, especially in the Western world, assume that's the Al-Aqsa Mosque. That is not the Al-Aqsa Mosque, that's the Dome of the Rock. The Al-Aqsa Mosque is a separate building which is close by, but it has a completely different significance than the Dome of the Rock. The Al-Aqsa Mosque is revered by Muslims because this was the location where the Prophet Muhammad ascended into the heavens on his night journey. So that's an entirely separate topic altogether, but as a quick rundown, the Prophet Muhammad started in Arabia, where the night journey started, ended up in Jerusalem, and from Jerusalem he ascended the heavens, where he met all of the previous prophets like Jesus, Moses, Abraham, etc. And this also now explains why there is so much trouble in this area, because for the Jews to re-establish the Temple of Solomon, they are going to need to obviously take over the Alaqsa Mosque and essentially destroy it, so that they can then rebuild the Temple of Solomon in that location. To put it simply, these three major religions of the world have identified Jerusalem as the most important place for the end times. And this prophecy existed well before the United States of America. And the reason I bring that up is because obviously America is seen as the great empire, and for good reason. It's been the dominant empire over the last 100 years or so, but America, the place itself, is not as significant as these other places which I mentioned in the last video, like Jerusalem, like Istanbul, formerly known as Constantinople. These places have a lot more history, they've had a lot more importance in the past, and they are going to have a lot more importance in the future. And this is why Pax Americana is going to move to Pax Judaica, so the power of the United States of America, which came from Pax Britannica. So previously the power was with Great Britain. This transferred to the United States of America, and now we're currently seeing that power transition from the United States of America to Israel. The Temple of Solomon isn't just important for the Jews. It's important for another sinister, more nefarious group. This group is satanic. This group is demonic. They care for no people, they care for no religion, they care for no nation. These are the same people that pit nations against nations, religions against religions, and people against people. They will label themselves as Jews, Christians, Muslims, atheists, or whatever else, just to hide the fact of who they really are. And this goes back to the previous videos about 4th, 5th and 6th generation warfare. It goes back to the idea of a grand deception. The idea of deception we're going to explore in future videos, because that plays a huge part in the concept of Dajjal, which is the name of the Antichrist in Islam. And to understand why the Temple of Solomon is important to this nefarious group, we need to take a look at end times prophecy, and specifically at the Dajjal. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so that when these videos are released, you will be the first to see them. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Do you have your own thoughts and opinions about the importance of Jerusalem? Do you have anything to add? Like I said previously, this is just my own research. I am still learning. I am a student in this area, so this is not knowledge that I am putting on you for you to accept. This is just my interpretation of things that I have come across, and therefore there are likely to be many mistakes. Please therefore remember to do your own research and form your own opinions. This is not a claim to truth of any kind whatsoever. Until the next video, take care, bye bye.